Europe really has changed very much just in the last couple of years. And what's distinct about the 7th edition is that we are really up to date on all the new things in Europe. The basic teaching tools haven't changed. People won't have to change their slides if they've already developed them, but we do have quite detailed information on the latest development. So one noteworthy thing in the new edition is that we've updated the discussion questions at the end of the chapter. So there's some new, fresh material there, which I think many lecturers will appreciate. So what are those parts? What are the new developments? Well, I think the most important one, or at least one of the most important ones, is the new Green Deal in Europe. So Europe has engaged on an ambitious target, a legally binding target to come down to zero emissions by 2030, and they have an entire program doing that. Now that's sometimes called Next Gen EU, the next generation. You can say the old generation EU was about keeping peace between France and Germany and the Cold War. And it had run out of kind of steam among many younger people in Europe. But now we have this next generation EU where they've embraced sustainability, for example, as one of the big topics. And we have a lot about the new priorities in the budget and the policies, the common agricultural policies, fishery policies. The sort of next generation is shot through the entire things that the European Union does. And so that's one very big development. Now, another one has to do with geostrategic tensions. So Europe used to be a real softie when it came to trade and multilateralism, always doing things the WTO way. And now they've changed. They call it strategic autonomy, where Europe is getting a little tougher. Partly it was reaction to Trump putting tariffs on European Union, which was a shocker. That wasn't supposed to happen. And Europe sort of realized that they now have to be big boys and stand on their own. And the same thing with respect to China, when China does stuff like sanction Lithuania because of the Taiwan embassy. Europe wants to have tools to respond in a geostrategic or geoeconomic way. And so that, again, is a really big change in the way Europe works. And we talk about that in the history chapter and some of the policy chapters. So those, I would say, are the really big changes. Brexit was in the last edition, but we sort of updated what's happening with Brexit. But that wouldn't say is a big change. Now, on the macro side, the COVID led to the creation of brand new funding sources. So the EU for now is actually issuing bonds on the European Union's credibility and use those to give lots of money to the member states in order to deal with the COVID output and put a whole bunch of restrictions on those. And again, that's a revolution. It's a big increase in the solidarity that came from the COVID shock.